everyone, and welcome to the very first LEC post-game lobby of summer with Febiven and Razork. And these guys used to play together on Misfits. So are you good friends, or what's the deal, Razork?
Yeah, I would say we are pretty good friends.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're having a really good time, and we really enjoyed playing together. And yeah, we've been in contact ever since. So.
What do you talk about? What do you talk about?
Anything really, like when it comes to the game, when it comes to just personal life and stuff like that.
Ah, cool. Awesome. And also, Razor, congratulations winning the first game of the split. I just asked it offline as well, but so clearly did Rogue break you back then, and did you now undo the curse, or what happened?
I think we broke ourselves. I don't think Rogue broke us. I think we were in a negative dynamic in the playoffs, and that kind of made us mental block. And now I think like we are different team, we are much positive and we know how to play games. Even if we are behind, we don't give up instantly. I think we are much together as a group, and I think you can see it at least in this first game.
Yeah.
It wasn't the cleanest, but I feel like at least we are trying to play more together, right?
I mean, it's clean if you look at the fact that you have this whole new patch to play with. You have the fact that you maybe haven't practiced as much on the patch, or you haven't played on stage for so long. So, I mean, I think you can be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I mean, I played Bolivar.
Yeah.
Champ, that's very hard to play. but seriously, I'm pretty happy with the game.
And I know it's something that people say all the time, that you learn a lot from losses, Febby, but it is true, right? Do you think that maybe the fact that how everything happened in the spring playoffs, the fact that the reverse sweep happened, which is a very hard thing to overcome mentally, maybe that helped them grow stronger as a team?
I mean, for sure, yeah.
Mike is playing around.
Hello.
Yeah, that's good.
I think that, yeah, of course, if you're a competitive team and you have competitive players, then if you're losing, then naturally you should get better. And if you don't, then usually that player ends up being removed of the team, because you want 5 players on the same page and you don't want 4 players improving and 1 guy not. So it's like, naturally, I know most of those players have a very high skill cap, and their skill ceiling is immense, so they will just keep getting better and better.
Yeah, it's nice to hear from you that you feel like everyone's just on the same page now and it's working well. The key player of the game rather was Wonder with 44.7% of the votes. That doesn't happen very often, so it's cool that Wonder also gets a vote for a change.
Yeah, I mean, Gwen completely monster this game.
Yeah.
Like, she can one-shot the horn while she can't get hit by the backline, so I mean, the champ is just really strong, and Wunder played really good, so I'm happy that he got the MVP.
Yeah, for sure. Febiven was watching the game and was saying we obviously had a bit of a delay today. It was a pretty long day. He said it looked like game 5 of a scrim, and it looked like an absolute fiesta. Is that what you felt like as well in the game?
Not really. I think the games that the other teams played today, it was too slow, and me and Healy, before the game, we said, no way this is happening in our game. Like, we have to make it a fast one. Like, we have to fight. And I don't think the meta is like too boring, right? Like, you can fight. It's of course harder to dive, and it's more Drake oriented and Herald oriented gameplay. But I think for sure you can fight. And I don't think we fight a lot. I think we had Kalista, they had Kalista, we have Draven. So you can expect that there will be a lot of fiesta in the bot lane.
Yeah,
at
for
least
sure.
junglers.
For sure. Febiven, you said you weren't impressed by the Kalista, right? I mean, not necessarily comp, but just in general the pick in this game.
No, I'm not really against what Fnatic had, because they had a lot of long range, and I feel like Kalista, every time she would walk up, she would just be a minion, actually. At least that's what it felt like. And what do you think?
Yeah, I think she has a hard time playing against the Gwen and the Rihanna. It's like really hard to position. If she has no flash, she can't really hit anyone in fight. And I think Asir was the one who should carry the game, even if they could win. But against Gwen, I think it's pretty hard. I think Oriana puts so much pressure on both carries because they are immobile. So in fight, they're really hard to fight.
Yeah, I think it's cool what you said about the meta, because we've seen in a couple of other regions, right, the LCK namely and whatnot, that generally the combined kills per minute are down. The games are not necessarily longer, but you see that sometimes the teams don't do as much in the early game. I like that you said, oh, we just thought we were going to fight anyway, and it doesn't mean that you don't have a plan. It just means you pick your times to fight, right? And it's not like it was against a lower placed team. Rogue is a fantastic team as well. Do you think more teams should take a page from your book and approach the meta in a different way?
I don't really think that they should play more aggressive or try to focus more on the early game. I just think like they should play their drafts, and many people today drafted for late game, which is good. And more if you're playing stage from a long break, people are usually afraid to do plays and they're more passive. But I think that you can also play these champs like Draven, Kalista, and Fighter on bot, and it's a snowball game.
Fabi, you agree?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a very strong bot lane like Draven, Morgana, and then on mid you have an Orianna that just is incredibly well scaling, and then you also have a Gwen that is also like insanely scaling, then you still have your late game insurance, but you also still have the power, right? It's not like the game changed in a way where Herald is completely deleted from the game. It's still like, okay, if you get this Herald, you're gonna probably get, you know, maybe a full tower, and then you can swap and you're still going to be stacking Drake. So the game hasn't really changed in that sense. It's just that I think it's harder to maybe kill people because they are a little bit tankier, or people are, as he said, like the first day people are going to be more scarce. So I don't expect that much change. But for sure, when the teams are back on stage, they're going to pick more scaling because people are just naturally more defensive when it comes to playing in front of crowd.
Yeah, hard to kill. Rogue, they got killed a couple of times.
Yeah. I mean, it was a late
It's almost
one.
midnight, actually. That's a great point. Let's take a look at the standings and maybe overreactions. Only one day of games, but Fnatic's number one, Razork. Let's go!
Holy, you're so insane.
Amazing. So obviously, I mean, there's not much to say. This is just how it goes on the first day, right, Febi? Are there any big takeaways you have from day one?
Well, I was very surprised by XL. I think that from playing solo queue a lot, I feel like this is the team that will rise up. I feel like Finn, Marcoon, Patrick, even Nukdog and Mickey, they're like spamming solo queue a lot, and it's like almost no games where there's almost no time where they're not playing. So it's like that is really cool to see, because especially with big patch changes, that is needed, and it showed in their game. So I hope that they can. I would like to see more of those games, because it was just good snowballing League of Legends, and that's just nice.
Perks also said it, no? Like, we didn't scrim against them because we played them this weekend, but they said that they were smashing them in scrims. I don't know if they were memeing or not, but Excel seems like they are doing a pretty good job, at least in practice.
A lot of people are saying it, so I think maybe there might be something to it, and you're right. If they're practicing so much and more than others on this patch, then of course they're going to be great right now. Do you have fun playing? I mean, I know you have fun playing because you love playing League of Legends, obviously, but I know that if you're a pro player, sometimes, you know, there's a routine that steps in, and there's all the scrims and everything. Now with the new patch, do you feel like, oh yes, I want to try these things out, I have fun in the solo queue games even, or what's it like right now?
Well, I personally don't have fun, like with the new meta, right?
Okay.
Like, I don't like the new meta. At least playing the solo queue is just like, champs are not fun in the jungle, at least. Like, if I could play a set jungle every game, I will have more fun.
Why don't you?
But I have to play Bolly.
Yeah.
I have to play Wukong. I have to play Xingqiao. I mean, that's not too fun, but it is what it is. But I still like to win, so I play the champs that I have the highest chance to win.
Winning is fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's like solo queue is completely different from competitive, and like for sure, assassins are still kind of playable, right? But it's like, I mean, in solo queue, people are still playing assassins because like people refuse to play tanky and just get carried. So it's like it's just completely different in pro play than in solo queue.
That sucks, because you kind of want to have just as much fun playing solo queue as you do competitive, but nothing compares to the stage. Did you have fun playing in front of the crowd again? They're pretty loud today.
I did have fun. I think it's like the adrenaline kicks in. I mean, it always kicks in, but if there is people shouting at you or like cheering for you, it's always like a different feeling. And even in the poses, I was throwing the hand warmers, the guys were like cheering for me and saying stuff. It always hypes you up, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Let's take a look at tomorrow's schedule and who is playing who. Actually, I didn't even look at it yet. We got BDS Astralis, SK Mad, Vitality Misfits, Fnatic XL, there we go. And Rogue, of course, there's G2, that is our match of the week. So there you go, Razork, you get to actually play XL tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see. Febiven, what do you think?
It's gonna be for sure a good game. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping for just some like early game skirmishes that are actually leading into like a big snowball. That's what I like to see, like 5 versus 5 at Herald, you know, at minute 8, you know, stuff like
Perfect.
that. And then from there, the team should be good enough to kind of get a lead and maybe snowball the game. That's what I...
Yeah, Markuna and me, we played volley both together.
Yeah.
So let's
You also
see.
like Xin Zhao a lot.
Tomorrow we
You too?
change champion.
Maybe first
Someone
pick
of us.
Volibear.
Maybe first pick Bolivar. Actually, we don't know. We don't know what side are we, no? Actually, we choose. I don't know.
Yeah, because you're first on the graphic. Does that mean you get to choose?
I don't know. I get told
Who
we
knows
are
the
blue,
rules?
and then okay,
Who
just
knows the
pick
rules?
me volley.
Anyways,
Actually, I'm curious. Like, do you think any side is better than? Do you think blue is better than red, or?
I think it depends on the team, like the team priorities and what do you prefer. Like, I don't think there is the meta that is like, okay, there are so many OP champs that the red side has to ban.
Mhm.
I feel like there are OP champs, but not like that they break the game automatically.
okay. Nice to hear. There's also Rogue versus G2. I love that G2 always had like a sword, and now Rogue apparently has a bat because they needed to bring something. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow, Febby, in the match of the week?
Ooh. Oof. well. This guy looks pretty angry, so.
Yeah,
That's. I don't know. I think
that's some great analysis.
It will be a close one. I don't know.
Great stuff. Hey, it's been a pretty long day, to be completely honest with you. So we're going to say goodbye. But first, we're going to take the PGL selfie, actually. I had a Twitter poll, and I asked if you guys still wanted PGL selfies, and more than 80% said yes. So I'm going to keep doing it. And we can actually... Yes!
Nice.
Awesome.
With my brother.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Razork. Thank you, Febby. Great first day. That's all from us here on the LEC for the first day of Super Week. We have more Super Week tomorrow and also on Sunday. Ready check tomorrow at 4:30 CEST. And if you're a Knight, I'll be sure to tune into the LCS right now. Cloud9 is facing off against Evil Geniuses. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.